MotoBirds. This is our first live, so very warm welcome to our warehouse. And please bear in mind that this is our first live streaming, so sorry for any mistakes, but anyway, we have to try, so fingers crossed. So today we would like to show you our, let's say, backstage and real work, because usually what you see is the end effect of it. I mean, you just pick up your motorbike after the transport, or you leave the motorbike for the transport, but you maybe don't know what we are doing in the meantime. So we'd like to show you that for us, the safety of your bike is definitely a priority, and we do our best to keep your bikes packed safe, so they reach the destination and you can happily go for your travel. So yesterday the third container from Chile came back with 23 motorbikes on board, and today we are unpacking them, so please join us in the process. As you see, this is our warehouse. It's a huge premises, and we have our, let's say, corner, our side, which is very good because nothing is mixed with our motorbikes and our luggage and our stuff. We learned the lesson from the past because we had some, of course, misfortunes where, for example, one bag was left here instead of being on the way to Chile. We of course solved the problem, and the luggage reached the destination before the owner, so everything was good. But anyway, we learned the lesson, and now we are very cautious of having our space separated from all the others, so nothing is mixed up. So this is first important thing. Second thing, we designed our special cages for transport, for either sea container transport or the trucks. We use the same cages for the trucks, land transport, for example, to Central Asia, mostly to Central Asia so far, or for the sea transports mostly to Chile or South America or Iceland. But the cages which we designed fit perfectly well for both, either the sea container or into the truck. So we took the measurements and we designed the cages especially for us. So first of all, it was important that they fit and they enable us to put as many bikes as possible into the container or into the truck. But second of all, and the most important thing, was to have them designed in a way that the transport is safe for your bike. So what we did, we designed the cages, we produced them. They are metal cages, as you see here. They are either white or red or blue, which you see behind. These are the colors of MotoBirds, it's not a coincidence. So we have quite a lot of them now to be able to use as many cages as we need for different transports which go at the same time. To fit, we try to fit as many vehicles in one container as possible. Why? Because there are certain fees, especially in the ports, that are imposed on the container. So the more bikes are inside, the less the price is for each individual owner. Because, as I said, the fee is not imposed on individual vehicles being inside the container, but it is fixed for the container itself. So if we have fixed price for the container and we divide it between 20 bikes, it's of course cheaper for you than if we divide it for 10 bikes. So it was quite a big brainstorming how to do it, to fit as many bikes as we can in a safe way, so it will be like a win-win situation. What we did, and many thanks here for Romek Kempinski, who is the designer of the cages. Romek, if you listen to us, it was a very good job. What we did, we planned to pack the motorbikes in two levels. There is a ground floor level, which goes in the cages like this. These are the full cages. As you see, it has a platform, the sides, and let's say the ceiling, the top. This construction enables us to put the bikes inside. I will show you later exactly how the bikes are packed. But what this construction enables us is to put on it another level of bikes. So on the ground floor you have cages, each side by side, and we put on the cages the motorbikes on the platforms. Let's come here and show the platforms. This is the platform. It's basically the same design, but it has just, let's say, the ground floor, the ground platform. There is no need to put all the sides. There is no need to put all the sides because the motorbikes are safe anyway. They are attached to the platform. They don't move, but there is nothing to be placed on them. So the platforms are perfectly fine and enough. And we use just the platforms not to put too much weight on the cages which are below. So ground floor we have cages, upper floor we have platforms. Come back to the cage. We have beautiful BMW here, very big bike. Most of our bikes which we transport are big, so like big adventure bikes obviously, because people use them for long trip adventures. So we had to design the cage in which a big bike can fit as well as the small one. So we use the same cages for bigger bikes like this or for smaller bikes like, I don't know, KTM 690. Yeah, sorry for the noise, but this is the normal working day here.
Hi, Simone, I've seen my bike.
So as you see, the warehouse is 100% busy, which is good, because a couple of weeks ago here we were here with the previous container and the warehouse was completely empty, like, you know, ghost, no one here. So now the normality is coming back more or less. It's a bit more noisy, so sorry for that, but I'm glad the guys could work. So as I said, the cages, we can fit in them big bikes like this. It may happen that you have a bike which is like a custom bike, like these big cruisers. Then of course they don't fit in this cage, and we pack them in a different way, separately, which is designed individually for specific type of bike. So we can transport also the specific bikes. It's not very common, people usually don't use them for the trips, but it has happened to us that we already transported few Harley Davidsons or these big custom bikes, and we managed, but we don't use this kind of cages for them. So we have the, let's say, the big BMW here, and what we do to transport it safe. As I said, first we put the platform on the ground floor. Then at the beginning of the platform we have so-called, I call it nose, maybe it's a girl's name, but I call it nose. So it keeps the front wheel tight and the bike doesn't move to the backwards or to the front, so it's safe. So we tied it here to the nose. As you see, we have very beautiful MotoBirds straps, also made especially for us with our website logo on it. We use different colors for a few reasons. First, because we like colors, we don't like black and white. Second, it's easier if you have hundreds of straps at the same time to actually find out quickly which are short straps, longer straps, medium straps, which we use on the back. So we don't have to measure them, we just pick the right color from the right box, because we keep everything in order, and the whole process goes faster. I know it sounds maybe funny, but if you have 20 bikes to pack or unpack, and very often limited period of time, every second counts. So we try to improve the process in a way that we spend less and less time packing or unpacking the bikes. So straps is one thing that we especially designed, which makes it possible. Second thing is pretty obvious for technicians, but when we screw the cages here, which is of course easy to do, to unscrew it and screw it, we usually use the electric drills. With the electric drills we can go fast. So we normally have 2 people working on packing and unpacking. So with electric drill, one person can do it in, I don't know, half an hour. And without the electric drill, we spend like hours on just unscrewing the cages. Waste of time, we don't like to waste time and waste your money. So as we are here in the front, a very important thing, we tied the front wheel to the cage. We have these special places where we put the stripes. so the front of the bike is tight and don't move. Very important thing is to know where to place the straps on the bike, not to destroy the bar, the suspension or anything. So we provide the training to our people who work for us in packing and unpacking the bikes, so they know that, for example, in BMWs, the front straps has to go here on the suspension. They cannot go through the protection, they cannot go through the bars, they has to go here, because only this kind of placing the straps and tightening them provides that the bike is safe and the suspension is not damaged. So we know it, we are aware of it, we train our people, and well, most of them are bikers anyway, but we train them and they know it too. So you can be relaxed and sure that we know what to do with this. What is super important, and we are very, very proud of it, we don't dismantle the front wheel. As you see, the space in the container is limited. So what the most companies do is they dismantle the front wheel and tie the bike to the cage or platform just with some kind of system going through here, but the wheel is dismantled. Is it safe? Well, yes, it's kind of okay, but the problem goes, and we have seen it, when you have to assemble the bike after the transport. Most of the modern bikes have a lot of electronic systems and detectors and I don't know what within this area. So if you make a small single mistake while placing or unplacing the wheel, you can actually damage your bike, the electronics of your bike, which means you will spend a lot of money to fix it, you or us in this situation. And then the problem is that if it's before your trip, for example in Chile, most probably you will not be able to fix it. So your trip is kind of, big question mark if you can go or not. So it was absolutely our priority to make a design of the cage in which we don't dismantle the front wheels. And we don't dismantle the front wheels. So please remember about this. In general, we try to dismantle as little as possible from the bikes. So, of course, there are things which we cannot avoid. It's no option, but the less we dismantle, the better, and we are aware of it. So here, as you see, the mast of what we have to take off is the windshield, okay? Because if we leave the windshield, it's too high. So all the windshields we dismantle. But it's not a big problem. In some of the bikes, of course, it's a bit more complicated, more screws to unscrew and so on. But generally speaking, it's not a big deal. So we dismantle the windshield, and what we do, we protect it very well with the film, with this bubble film, or with the carton, with any material which gives 100% of protection. So we dismantle it, we protect it with the film, and we place it on the bike in a safe place. We are sure that nothing will be put on the top of it, that it will not fly around the container, it will be not squeezed, it will be not cracked. So this is safe, you see, it's safe, it doesn't move, it has just arrived from Chile, half of the world, 1 month in a container, super safe, nothing happened. The other thing which we always have to dismantle are mirrors. We do it 99% of the cases, let's say, and we do the same stuff. We wrap them, we protect them, and we place them in a place, not always the same, which guarantees the safety. What is very important, and I would like you to show it now, coming up with me, is that we have created the checklist. Here you have the checklist. Well, why do we use the checklist? Not because we like to write so much and we need more time to finish every bike. But the problem is that on Polish side there is a crew, a team which is packing the bike, and on the other side of the world, for example in Chile, there are other people unpacking the bikes. So we had to find out the way of communication between them, so people on one side know exactly what people on the other side did, not to waste time on looking for screws, looking for mirrors, looking for windshields, or looking for anything else. So our checklist, the aim and the goal of our checklist is that the person packing the bike is putting row by row what exactly was done, meaning the windshield was dismantled, is placed in this place. The mirrors were dismantled, you can find them here. The battery was disconnected because we have to disconnect all the batteries for the transport. We have to remember about it. First, because of the safety reasons for the shipping lines, and second, because most probably if the battery is connected, especially with the modern bikes, and you will come and pick up your bike 2 months later, you will not start it. And well, then again we have a problem because sometimes you can charge it, but sometimes you cannot. And then imagine yourself in Chile, in the port, your battery dead, you are without battery, you cannot start your trip. It's Saturday afternoon, the shops are closed, the nearest shop is far away anyway, problem. So to avoid this problem, we always check that the battery is disconnected and we mark it on the checklist. There is a tick, meaning, okay, battery disconnected. What else do we put here? If the bike has any problems, for example, it comes to us scratched, or there is any specific issues which are not standard, we also put it here. So then when the person on the other side starts to work on the bike, usually he in this situation knows that the problem, for example the scratch or something specific on the bike, has not occurred during the transport, but it happened before. So this is the checklists are mostly for let's say our information, but also we give them to our clients, so each of the client knows what was done with his or her bike, what we did, what we didn't do, and so on. So this is kind of the evidence. What we always do as well on either packing and unpacking is we make very detailed photographs of each bike from each side. So we have photographs from the front, from the back, from the right, from the left, and we know exactly what was the state of the bike, how it looked, and we can compare it with the photographs on the other side of the transport. Very useful, we keep these photographs, they are available for our clients. This is amazing. It's like on the car racing bike. So we can send the photographs to you every moment. Okay, as we are here with the bike which is on the platform, you see here how the platforms look like.
I've got a petition. Since I know Simone is watching us, let's show the example on his bike, because I know he wants to see his bike.
Ciao. Simone, benvenuti, è la tua moto. Bene. This is your checklist here. I don't know what is here, probably This is your bike, everything is fine. I don't know why it's so dusty. Where did you go with this bike? Normally, when we collect the bikes from the transport outbound from Europe, we ask people to give it to us clean because it's much easier and nicer for us to pack clean bikes. We don't scratch or mess up things. But of course, it's pretty difficult after the trip, so we understand. It may happen that the bikes are not super clean, but anyway, the bike is here, and Simona, your bike went on the platform, and as you see, front is with the nose here, everything super safe, tight here, no windshield you didn't have, you have this, there was no need to dismantle the stuff because it was not too high to put it in the container, so we didn't touch it. The luggage, in your case, we didn't dismantle it. As I said, if there is absolutely no need to dismantle the luggage, we leave it as it is because it's safer and I think it's less hassle. So with the soft luggage, we usually leave it on the bike. So the luggage is here, and here on the example of Simone, you can see what we do with the rear wheel. We have our special strap system. I don't know how you call it in English, like a strap with two ears on both sides.
With loops.
With loops, yeah, ears, it's Polish. With two loops on both sides, which we put around the tire, and we tight it with the straps to the cage. So it's really, like you see, it doesn't move and it's super safe. And
Which bike belongs to Ian Hanmir? Because I can see he's watching us as well.
Ian,
Which bike is yours, Ian?
I think it was Africa Twin, no? Yeah. This one? I think this is the Ian bike.
We can say hi to Ian's bike.
Jan, your bike is here. You'll be soon on the way to Krakow, Wieliczka. It's safe, not unpacked yet, but everything is here. Okay, so this was about the cages and about the platform, but what I want to show you, one more thing, is, Agata, come with me, is the luggage. As I said, people usually take too much luggage on the trips. We have containers, for example this one, where you find boxes and hundreds of bags. It's like people moving actually out of Europe to Chile, but anyways, it's their decision, but we have to pack it somehow, pack it in a way that it doesn't destroy the bikes. So we thought long and hard and we decided to leave one place on the upper floor just for the luggage. So we don't try to put the boxes, especially the aluminium panniers, between the bikes, which is not safe. Yeah, this is Piotrek working. You can show Piotrek. Piotrek is working.
Piotr, say hi.
Hi, Piotrek is dismounting one of our bikes, which will be leaving tomorrow from Poland to Italy. And yes, this is possible now to deliver your bikes all over Europe. So we prepare everything here, and thanks God, the commercial transport still works, even during this Corona time. So all the bikes so far, and we have had 3 containers already back in Europe, have reached their owners, and we made it. So these bikes here, which belongs to people from Italy, will leave to Italy tomorrow. Coming back to the luggage, we don't want to put it near the bikes or between the cages because it's dangerous for the bikes and for the cages and for the panniers themselves. So what we do, we sacrifice one place on the upper floor and we put the luggage on a separate pallet. As you see, the luggage is, each of the pannier is wrapped with the film itself. They are divided between themselves with pieces of this
Cardboard box.
Cardboard, thank you. And everything is wrapped with the film tight. So it's very safe, it doesn't move. We put it on the upper floor in the container and it's 100% sure it will not fly around. So it arrives like this to Europe and we unpack it. And now you see why we are so boring and tough in asking you to mark your luggage with the plate number. Because imagine, we have this coming to Europe, yes? Or the same stuff coming out of Europe to Chile. Someone is unpacking this, and the people who are working with the bikes have to make some puzzles, match the panniers, the bags, with the right bikes. So you have your luggage, not the luggage of your friend or of someone else. So each of the pannier, each of the bag has to have the plate number on it. And well, this is what we are really strict with this. And so far we, I think, haven't had any problems with matching the bikes with the panniers, so I think we'll follow this system. Last thing, which is also used by us, these you see are boxes with our tools and straps. So it also, well, steals us space, but at least everything is put in order. The straps of separate, each type are in separate boxes. We have our tools which we use, so there is no situation that someone working on the bikes come up to the warehouse in Chile and, come on, I have no tools, how do I screw the mirrors to BMW, or I don't have the right tools, which often may happen because you need different sizes of tools for different bikes. we are prepared for all of it. We have set of the tools which we send with each container, so then we can easily work on this. So I think these are the most important things regarding the unpacking of the bikes. We are happy the container came. As I mentioned, we have had 3 containers so far coming back from South America. And thanks God, people managed to have beautiful trips like January, December, February. So not only they had great trips, they managed to come back to Europe. We have 1 more container on the way. The funny thing is that it was actually packed last night. So this container came here, and the last container coming back from Chile for now was packing at the same time. And it will be here in June. It transports bikes and car. Of the people who plan to actually stay longer in South America, but due to the circumstances and Corona had to come back, so we help them to transport their vehicles. As Agata mentioned, we will record this small movie, so wherever you want to see and look and know how we pack or unpack the bikes, you can come back to it. You can ask us questions. If you have any questions, just let us know and we'll try to answer it. And yeah, hopefully it was useful for you, and hopefully you will join us on the next live, which we'll decide that we'll do once a week to keep you updated and posted what we are actually doing. Any questions now, Agata? Do you see any?
Nope, no. Looks like everyone's excited to see their bikes, those that have seen their bikes. But apart from, I can see Wojtek saying he's super happy to see his bike. And Mateo's online as well. His bike has been packed yesterday in Chile.
Mateo, yes, your bike is in the container. It's still in the port, not on the ship yet, but ready to be placed on the ship. So you can wait for it in Italy.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna twist the camera so you can see both of us.
No, Agata, we are working together, so you know our team finally. You saw Piotrek today, and slowly you will know all of the crew. Karsten, hi, it's nice to see you. Hi, Karsten, yeah, your bike is here. Look, this is your beautiful bike. It's waiting to be unpacked and it will be shipped to Denmark soon. Everything is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So thank you guys for joining us. It was really a pleasure. I can see where we're not talking just to each other, which is really cool because we were scared about that a little bit. But it looks like some of you managed to find a little bit of time and be with us today. So if you have any questions, you can always message us and we might be able to answer them next time. And hopefully we guys see you again soon and talk a little bit more about what we do behind the scenes. So bye.
Bye.